Did you know that in side-scrolling 2D shooter Huntdown, during the Ringo Road Rage level, you can find this?
Secret found.
So this red bike and the man sneaking off down the stairs are references to the anime Akira, which both features a similarly dressed man and, you guessed it, a sleek looking red motorbike. Hello and welcome to another episode of Video Game Easter Eggs, the series where we cover some of the best Easter eggs found in video games. As always, if you think you know of a video game Easter egg that I'm yet to cover, then let me know in the comments down below and I will do my best to check it out. Oh, and before we get started, I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Raycon. Now, the chances are that if you've watched a YouTube video in the past couple of years, you will already know who Raycon are. Raycons are earbuds that offer high quality audio at a fraction of the price of other premium audio brands. Unlike a lot of the other earbuds on the market, Raycon's everyday earbuds come with optimized gel tips that are designed to stay in your ear. Seriously, trying to get these things to fall out is quite a challenge. I even asked my children, Freddie and Amelia, to try and shake their heads and jump around a bit to try and make the Raycons fall out, which they couldn't do. And if hyped up kids who have been promised Robux if they help dad with a video can't get the Raycons to budge, I don't know what will. Now, whilst all of that does sound great, it would be pointless if the everyday Raycons cost an arm and a leg to buy. But they don't. In fact, if you go to buyraycon.com/captain, you will even get an extra 15% off your purchase, which is crazy good value. Oh, and if for some reason you're still on the fence, Raycons boast an incredible 32 hours overall battery life and 8 hours of playtime. Not to mention 48,000 5-star reviews, which is really no surprise. Head to buyraycon.com/captain or click the link in the description to get your own Raycons today. Once again, a big thank you to Raycon for sponsoring today's video, and without further delay, let's get started. So first up, let's take a look at Rocket League Sideswipe. Sideswipe is a mobile take on the mega popular Rocket League, with the game's perspective shifting to a side-on 2D view rather than the regular 3D view. It certainly makes the game feel simpler, and whether that's a good thing or a bad thing will depend on you. But it is a pretty solid mobile edition of the popular football with cars game. Now, the Easter eggs in Sideswipe are actually hidden in the game's credits. If you scroll all the way to the bottom of this long list of names and tap on the U under the special thanks section, you'll be given the option to enter a code. Well, if you enter paper, this will happen. So your car at the main menu will have transformed into a paper-thin version of itself. Once again, if you bring up the secret menu and enter wide swipe, this will happen. So instead of being paper thin, your car is now thicker than a Snicker. Up next is Rainbow Six Siege spin-off, Rainbow Six Extraction. Now, I don't know about you, but my expectations for Extraction were very low. But I'm happy to say Ubisoft's latest entry in the tactical shooter franchise has surprised me. Now don't get me wrong, it's not going to be winning any Game of the Year awards anytime soon, but it's a solid 6 or 7 out of 10 game, which is way more than I expected. Now this first Easter egg is one of those Easter eggs that may sound impressive when explaining it to a friend, but when you actually see it, well, not so much. On the New York level, if you shoot the recruit on the boat, this will happen. So a shark will rise from the murky depths and swallow the recruit whole. Like I said, this sounds impressive, but when compared to the shark Easter egg from, say, Battlefield 1, it's kind of embarrassing. But hey, at least they tried. Now, I'm not sure if this next discovery is an Easter egg or not, so I'm keen to hear your opinions. On the New York map, you can find this. So I, and many others, think that this is a nod to Negan's iconic baseball bat from The Walking Dead. The trouble is, it's easy to fall into a trap where you start to think that every baseball bat with barbed wire wrapped around it is a reference to The Walking Dead, which obviously isn't true. As I said, let me know what you think. The final extraction Easter egg for today's video can be found on the San Francisco map. Hiding inside of an electrical cabinet is this guy. So, of course, it wouldn't be a Ubisoft game without a mention of the Rabbids from the Raving Rabbids games. Seriously, these guys pop up all over the place, including appearances in Watch Dogs Legion, Rainbow Six Siege, and many more. So up next is a game that has no right to be as fun as it is. Kill It With Fire is a game about killing spiders with fire, and a whole lot more. Now, I'm not scared of spiders. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't want to share a bed with one, but I can pick one up and take it out of the house if needs be. Well, the sounds that the scuttling spiders make, along with the background music, actually makes Kill It With Fire pretty scary. Now, Kill It With Fire was actually published by tinyBuild, the same guys responsible for Creepy Neighbor Simulator, Hello Neighbor. Well, in Kill It With Fire's very first level, you can find this. So this handsome chap is the neighbour from Hello Neighbor. It does make you wonder, did he live here at some point? Or worse yet, does he still live here? Now, when it comes to video game series that are guaranteed to provide quality Easter eggs, the Serious Sam games are right up there. So when Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem was released last week, I made it my #1 priority to check it out. And what do you know, there's an Easter egg on the very first level. After you spawn in, if you take a right and jump over the pipes blocking your path, you can find this. So this creepy looking toy doll is a nod to the BBs seen in Death Stranding. These strange black lines that can be seen in the distance after grabbing the doll are also a nod to Death Stranding, and more specifically the Carillion that can be seen in the sky whenever BTs are nearby. The other Serious Sam Easter egg also references a video game. During the first level you can find a secret area with some very familiar looking portals. So the blue and orange portals are of course a reference to the portals from the Eggcellent Portal series. Bonus points for anyone who can count how many times I've said portal in this video. So the final game for today's video is perhaps my most anticipated game of 2022. The original Dying Light is one of my favourite games of all time. And after spending a week with Dying Light 2, it looks like it too could be joining that list. Everything just feels so good, especially the parkour, which can make you feel like you're flying at times. That's how fluid it is. Now, if you've played the first Dying Light, you'll know that it's a game packed with loads of excellent Easter eggs, and in the first few minutes of Dying Light 2, an Easter egg can be found. When exploring the abandoned house, you can find a record player with a very familiar record.
Hoodoo you voodoo. Sounds familiar.
So this record, called Who Do You Voodoo, is of course the same song that was featured in the intro cutscene of Dead Island, which was also developed by Techland.
Grab your wife, better get out of sight. Who do you voodoo, bitch? Let's go.
It's a nice callback to where it all began for the Polish devs. Oh, and I know for a fact there are going to be more Dying Light Easter eggs to find, so expect a full video on the game very, very soon. So that's it. If you enjoyed this video, then leaving a like is really appreciated. If you are a fan of Easter eggs and secrets in video games, then perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. As always, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.